That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
It's crazy. This is crazy.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 212 of Camp Strange. I'm your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, Uriel Septum. And these are the final hours of my life.
Sure. And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and cryptid.
Oh, do we have a double feature today?
No way. We better not have the same cryptid.
No way.
No fucking way. I'm not saying it yet. I'm going to wait. I feel like I've already, as for viewers who listened at least to the last episode, you guys heard me drop the ball so hard last episode. I even forgot because I saw it on my I was listening to my podcast and our podcast came up and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And then all of a sudden it cut to the part where it was like, wait, did I read the same story twice? And I'm like, oh my fucking God, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
bad.
I feel like I dropped the ball last time. So this is a brand new story with brand new news. We're going to read it now, but we're back to bring the spooky. We already did that. But we got to get you up on the news you may have missed, the weird news you may have missed. And I have a story right here as Texas man arrested in mother's fatal beating in her bedroom. Wait, that's not funny. It was an exorcism. It was the headline. Okay, what a
lead in. Jesus Christ. Fuck, man. God damn.
Wait, you make it seem like I fucking was the one who beat her to death. I didn't do any of this. I didn't even write the news article, okay? But this just reminded me of I think it was Annalisa Rose who
I thought you were going to say Thanksgiving.
What?
Never mind.
You beat it up at Thanksgiving?
Who was it?
Pennywise. No, it up. You know when rappers say I beat it up, I don't know what it means.
Clearly you don't know what it means.
I know what it means. I just wanted to set you up a little bit. Anyway, okay, so okay, God, this episode is off to a rough start already. This woman's dead. Okay, so a Texas man has been arrested after police said that he told them that he beat his mother to death. This isn't funny. Beat his mother to death during an attempted exorcism, and then he sent a photo of her body to his friends on Snapchat.
Oh.
Who's using?
That's holy smokes.
Who's using Snapchat these days besides Colby? David's friend, who I've met, he still uses Snapchat, and but I don't know.
Is he sending you Snapchats?
Every once in a while, he'll send me a weird Snapchat. It's fun. I open them. I'm like, oh, this is kind of like it's like finding $20 in your pocket.
Yeah, see, I have all the notifications turned off, so then like maybe once
Me too.
a month, I'll be like, oh yeah, look at that, and then I'll watch things for like an hour of all the stuff that I've been sent in the past month.
Yep.
I'm just like, oh wow, oh look, someone's playing golf. Woohoo!
Well, if you were this guy's friend, you would be clicking through really quick and then just see his dead mom on the floor because apparently this 23-year-old Alexander Taylor Valdez answered the door holding a Bible and covered in blood on his face, neck, torso, hands, and feet. And when he walked out, he told police it was an exorcism. It was blunt force trauma. He said it was an exorcism before sitting down on the front porch. And then when they asked about the blood stains all over his body, it wasn't from the blunt force trauma. He told the police he had to do witchcraft to kill his mom. Kind of seems hypocritical.
Yeah, what?
Because if somebody... It's almost like... Okay, so she was possessed by a demon. And I guess witchcraft is not necessarily demonic. It depends on how you look at witchcraft, I guess. So he's like, I guess I'll do the lesser of two evils, you know? But you would think he would have went like, I don't know.
Like a revolver? Pillow? Maybe like a pillow?
No, I don't know. It just doesn't really make sense. It seems like he's using evil to vanquish evil, which, hey, we've seen that in every movie. You know, they have to the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah,
so he
Constantine.
his mom's like, "Oh no, he breaking out the witchcraft." I'm sorry, this is so dark. But he also killed the dog, which was
What did the dog do?
he had a real good defense until the dog died.
Yeah,
oh,
no
the
defending
police
that.
are like, "Oh, the dog was possessed too. Was he invisible, motherfucker?"
You don't kill the dog.
But yeah, so he beat his mom to death and then Snapchatted it to his friends.
The Snapchat makes it so much worse, to be honest.
I know, it kind of does. Does it make it worse because he used Snapchat, or
Yeah.
did it make it worse because it's tacky?
Both. I mean, it's just like it's bad.
It's very sad. I feel so bad for this woman who's like, I don't know. You hear about these stories sometimes where you're like, the kid killed their parents, and you're just like, no one saw that one coming. I feel like it's like, I don't know. It sucks to just be like, that's my kid, and all of a sudden they're like, that's
My murderer.
that's that. You're
Yeah.
right. And the dog's just like, you got a piece of cheese? That's not cheese. But yeah, so it just really fucked up and sad. But I just thought the Snapchat part was really, really funny. But that was a very similar case to what happened to, like, I think her name's Annalisa Rose, or like it was like our 4th episode we ever did. But
Yeah.
she had like some sort of mental illness, and it's weird because the people who there's either when an exorcism takes place, either the person exorcising or the person being exorcised is mentally ill. Because in that case, she was mentally ill, and they beat the shit out of her until she died.
Someone
and in
always
this case,
dies.
In this case, it's like they're making the exorcism movie, and they're like, let's make the priest mentally ill in this one, you know? And then he's crazy and beating the shit out of somebody who's not possessed.
Yeah.
I don't know, just kind of interesting and horrific, but I just remember her like knees were broken because she had to genuflect like so many times. Do you remember that at all? No.
The movie and what? That movie? Annalisa Rose?
The movie Rice-A-Roni Rice. What is it again? No, I covered it on the podcast. It was like 5-6 years ago, but yeah. It's what the movie's based off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
But anyway, real strong, not depressing start to this episode.
Don't worry. I'll bring it back.
Okay.
Police find naked man in Lowell's display shed with Vaseline and a phone.
Who's Lowell?
Lowe's. Sorry.
Lowe's display shed?
Yeah, like, you know, Home Depot, like Lowe's.
In the parking lot. Yeah, they do have them out there.
They've got the sheds, so because you can buy them there, so they got the display ones, and they found a guy jorking his pingus with a jar of Vaseline.
Okay, that's just as bad as using Snapchat. What are you doing? I guess
It's worse.
Vaseline's okay.
It's worse, though, because he was watching YouTube videos.
Wait, are you serious? Or are you
That's
joking?
what he said. He said, I was watching YouTube videos.
Family Guy compilation?
Yeah. Funny Peter
Okay.
videos.
I feel like if you're jerking off of Vaseline, it's very old world of you, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. That's something.
I just want to.
sounds
I'm trying. I don't know. You kind of expect that kind of behavior at Home Depot, but not at Lowe's.
Yeah, I haven't really shot. We got Jerry's out here. I'm a Jerry's head. Better head to Jerry's.
Better head
for Jerry's.
at Jerry's.
Yeah.
So he's watching a Jerry mukbang video.
I'll tell you what, you ever see a Jerry's commercial, you'll never want to see another one again.
It's that bad?
They're so bad.
Come on down. We have sheds big enough to fit you and your elbows because we know you're going to be jerking off all over inside there. So come on down. We have windows. You can stare at people outside the windows.
A Jerry's ad is basically like stock footage from the 60s of like, let's just say like a dog sitting in the yard and there's like a ladder next to him. And it's always the same voice, and it'll be pretending like it's coming from the guy on the ladder, and he'll be like, "Oh, Man, I sure could use a new paintbrush. Oh, maybe tomorrow I'll head over to Jerry's and get a new paintbrush. And the dog's just sitting there. And that's just what it is.
Oh, he tried to do a Bush's baked beans.
No, it's not even the dog talking. It's like the guy. Or there's like kids playing catch in the backyard, and it's like, oh no, I need to cut the grass. I forgot to cut the grass. I need to cut the grass. It's they are the worst commercials you've ever seen.
But the store's top notch.
I love the store. The store's great.
I have a theory about Home Depot and Lowe's too. It's kind of like my Denny's and IHOP theory, which is every town has one of them or has both of them. Sometimes it has both of them, but you either your Denny's is nice and your IHOP's bad, or your IHOP is nice and your Denny's is bad. And I feel like it's the same with Lowe's and Home Depot, where like I think the Lowe's around me is better because when I go to Home Depot, it's usually just like a fucking nightmare. Yeah. And everybody in there, if you see somebody that works there and you try to wave them down, they run. They do not want to help you, which is fair. I wouldn't want to. That store is too big. No. You don't know where anything is, but still, it's just like I hate going into Home Depot. I get really bad like anxiety from that shit. I'm like, oh God, I'm not going to be able to find it and no one's going to help me.
That's because you got soft hands, brother. You got soft hands.
I do not. I have Vaseline-covered hands. They're so smooth.
You got heavy
wait, no,
hands.
You just said that. You're right. I do have soft hands.
You got soft hands.
I pride myself on my soft hands, actually.
You shouldn't.
Why? Dude, you're so toxic with your masculinity, dude. You know I could bench more than you with my soft hands.
You got soft hands, brother.
Me? I put dog medicine on my hands. David watches a guy on TikTok who puts dog medicine on his hands.
I mean, I don't have TikTok anymore, but sometimes I look him up on YouTube.
Just to see what he's up to?
To see what he's doing.
He puts it on, oh my God, it's like the worst ASMR. It sounds like he's rubbing two leather baseball mitts together. It's like the driest sounding shit you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah, just Google man sprays dog medicine on his hands to make them stronger.
That guy jerks off. He starts a fire.
He spent like 2 years punching like a cinder block into gravel. That's fucking awesome.
I can't, dude. That's bad. It's good. It's so good. It's bad.
It's really good.
But speaking of good, cops investigating if Missouri foster mom traded a kid for a monkey to boost her exotic animal collection. It's your future.
Trade. It's fair trade.
So Brandon Deutsch, German, I don't know. She fostered more than 200 children. Oh my God. If somebody fostered more than 200 children, stop giving them children. Obviously, they don't keep them all. We know that.
Something's going on.
We know that. But there is, I don't know. It feels like the foster system is like kind of built now where it's like, do you want an extra paycheck from the government and will you put up with a child? And then they just like put them in these horrible situations. I think I spoke about that last. Remember the kid was like, that kid from the 1960s was like, I don't want to go to the foster care system. Or I don't want to go to a parent. I want to be in the foster care system because I feel like it might be better at that point with all these fucking.
The guy with one eye?
Yeah, one-eyed. Yeah, one-eyed.
Cockeyed Terry.
Yeah, cockeyed Carl.
Yeah.
But she's in Missouri, and she apparently gave up a child for a monkey, as we just said. She's an exotic animal collector, and I think from last time I read, I think they have a list of what she has. So I need to find that. But her house was extremely dirty conditions, apparently, which I'm not surprised if you have exotic animals.
And 200 goddamn kids?
No, she didn't. No, I think it was like that's her record. That's like that's her tally. But like,
yeah, but I mean, I look at my parents' house, and I've seen the damage that 3 kids did the time that they were there.
True, very true. Where is her list of pets? She has them. Oh my God. I don't know where her list of pets is. Well, she got arrested for child abuse, but she was bringing the child down to Texas to get the monkey. Who's buying a child?
That's the person that needs to be in jail.
No, but that's just like, I don't know. It's the worst pet to have. So much work.
Yeah, they don't just eat, dry pellets. You gotta feed them something else.
Well, you can't feed them dry pellets, but you might be on the news after. Anyway, God, I thought this lady had a list.
She's definitely on one.
And her kiss was on my list. But no, she doesn't. But she didn't get the monkey, and she lost all of her kids.
Did she lose all of her other monkeys?
I wish I knew. Apparently, there's no list.
Oh, yeah.
This is so upsetting. This lady she has a mullet, though. That's kind of cool.
It's for the monkeys to swing on.
I don't know. I think people should have hobbies, and I think we're punishing people for having hobbies.
We should be allowed to trade kids for monkeys. I'll say it.
Oh, she hit the kid with the paddle and shoes, and I think I just have I have depressing stories today. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, but she likes monkeys.
That's good.
Is that a fun twist?
That's fun.
Is that a twist on the story?
That's fun.
But yeah, so that's that story. I'm sorry, guys.
All right.
I said I wasn't going to drop the ball. I feel like I dropped the ball again.
Don't worry, because on a pristine Australian island, the birds are so full of plastic that they crunch.
What does that mean?
They crunch.
But like, when do you get close enough to a bird to crunch it?
When you crunch them, they crunch.
When you go to eat your bird meat?
I don't get why I need to go into this further.
How do they crunch? In what way, shape, and form?
They crunch.
When they fly around, it's like they make a crunchy sound, like they're kind of like a bag of chips flying through the air.
When you would regularly crunch them, they sounded like a Lay's, but now they sound like the double thick Ruffle Crunch.
Oh, they got ridges?
They got ridges. And they're crunching. No, I think just when they're hanging out, they when they move and when they fly and when they land, I think they just crunch.
It's like when you eat too much soup.
Yeah. When the cat's full of soup, it's kind of like when the cat's full of soup.
I'm like, I don't get the birds crunching. You're like, it's like when the cat's full of soup, and I'm like, oh.
When the cat's full of soup and you can hear it sloshing around.
Yeah, when you throw it at the ceiling fan and you hear it sloshing around.
You got tomato soup on the walls now.
You know, like when you try to trade the cat for a monkey, and the buyer's like, is this full of soup? And then I'm like, no, it's clean.
And he says, okay, then he hands you the monkey, but then the monkey starts crunching, and you go, is this monkey full of plastic?
What kind of plastic? Okay, this is semi on the birds, if not wholly on the birds. Motherfuckers, I've been to a baseball game. These guys, I'm assuming they're seagulls. I don't know if they are seagulls or not, but
yeah, I saw a picture of one. It didn't look like an American seagull, but I don't know what an Australian seagull looks like.
David's what we call an ornithologist. Is that a bird guy?
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder what, I wonder if the plastic they're eating has a little tiramisu on it, because I would be eating plastic if it had a little tiramisu remnants on it. But if it's just straight up eating a cut up credit card, then that's semi on the birds, because that shit don't even taste good. That just shows you they have very bad taste and they're not in it for the flavor. They don't savor anything. That's the thing I don't like about birds most.
Yeah. Their greed makes me sick.
Their lack of, God, they will eat anything. They keep you know when you go to a restaurant, you're like, oh my God, this restaurant's so bad. How are they still open?
Yeah.
The answer is birds.
Birds, yeah.
It's always birds.
So they are mutton birds. by the
You
way.
ever seen one of those restaurants that they catch pigeons and then they cook them up?
They're mutton birds.
Anyway. Wow. Wait, what island is this again? Just real
cute,
quick.
They're cute little birds. They're kind of fluffy. It's Lord Howell Island, which is a sanctuary. It's a sanctuary in Australia.
How'd they get the plastic then? I know birds
They're
can
flying
fly.
around.
Don't try to stump me.
They're eating it out of the ocean.
I'm
It's
like,
probably
if they're on
it's
an
probably in the
island-
fish first.
Oh my god, this is
Layers.
this is like a really cool YouTube video. It'd be like, where does your credit card pieces go? And then it's like in the landfill, and the fish eats it, and then the bird eats the fish.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, don't
and then
flush.
I eat the bird again.
Don't flush your contact lenses.
They're eating contact lenses?
Huh? No, when you flush them, it ends up in the ocean. The fish eat them and die.
No, I have 20/20 vision. I'm not what you like to call an evil son of a bitch, because I'm not flushing my contacts. Plus, they're squishy. They're fine. It's only the crunchy plastic, guys. If you put soft plastic, here's what you're supposed to do: burn all your plastic in the backyard.
Only car batteries go in the
Don't
ocean.
burn your plastic in the backyard. I'm joking. David, your connection keeps cutting the fuck out.
I know. I realized I left my
Stop
Wi-Fi
fucking
on.
with the phone.
I'm trying to turn it off.
Trying to turn what off?
My Wi-Fi.
Internet? Oh, okay. Well, should we just get into these stories now, since it seems like you're all caught up on bird news and monkeys,
Plastic, crunchy birds, and cats full of soup.
Snapchat dead mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Snapchat dead mom. Vaseline, jerk off guy.
Yeah. Do you think he'd put a filter over the Snapchat thing?
That would be pretty cool if he put like the location filter. Maybe like the time of death on it.
Maybe like a little noir filter and be like, what happened here? Anyway, okay, I'm done. Funny face filter.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we should just get into these stories, because we got them for you today.
Dead mom with no eyebrows.
Okay, we're done with that. Let's get into the story. And like I said, we're going to be covering some cryptids today. Apparently a double dose. I really fucking hope.
Double
that you did not.
feature.
Wait, can you just tell me the one word that like the relation to your cryptid?
Cajun.
Oh, thank God. Okay, good. No Cajun Alfredo pasta from Chili's here. That's not a thing. Okay, so here we go. Now, David, we all love a good cryptid. From your personal favorite, Bigfoot, to the Mothman or Nessie, these mysterious creatures seem to draw the intrigue of many common folk like ourselves. Some cryptids are scary. Some are even dangerous. But I think everyone's favorite cryptid is a cute, harmless one, of course. But it seems like those are few and far between. Until now, as today we discuss the mysterious and semi-new cryptid, the Fresno Nightcrawler. So do you know about this thing?
Actually, today when I was writing my story, I was looking at a large list and I saw it on there, but I didn't click on it.
That was almost a horrible nightmare. That would have been bad.
Yeah.
But so I didn't show you this, but our buddy Will B,
love Will.
You know Will, but yeah,
Absolute
Will.
saint. Love that guy.
He, for my birthday, he left it. He lives far, so last time I saw him, he said he forgot my gift, and when he brought my gift up, he ordered a little drawing off of Etsy. I'll show it to you after the pod, David, but it's a picture of some cryptids at a little wine bar, and it's Bigfoot, Mothman, Nightcrawler, and Flatwoods Monster.
Hell yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, this is great. And I was like, what's this one? And he's like, oh, you don't know about that? And he told me all about the Nightcrawler.
Yeah. I love playing Nightcrawlers.
No, we don't play that anymore.
Okay, sorry. I thought I'd maybe like bring it back.
Don't bring it back. Don't bring it up.
Okay, sorry.
If you want to, though, I know a guy in the Lowe's shed.
Yeah. There are no windows on the Lowe's shed.
I usually walk into Lowe's. You got any windowless sheds? So,
windowless and soundproof.
Yeah. It's a nightmare zone. Nothing but a stove in here. So, okay, let's get into the story. So, it was late 2007 in the dust-filled town of Fresno, California, when a man by the name of Jose was locking up for the night at his quiet desert home. This night was like any other night, as Jose and his 2 dogs headed to bed. But as Jose began to wrangle his pups back into the house, they began to go wild. I want to make this like one of those podcasts that has like soundscapes, but I don't have the money or the time to do them later. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do them in time, okay?
And you also don't edit.
Jab for no reason. Okay, well I'm giving you soundscapes now, so here we go.
Okay. So you want me to like cut that and like just keep putting that out throughout your story?
I'm invisible.
Okay. I mean, I think I could probably cut that, copy it, and then just put that randomly throughout the episode.
You don't have to. But
fun.
if you want to scare our listeners, more than happy to do it.
Blow up their car speakers. Sounds like a good idea.
So, can you like make it peak really, really hard? Mm-hmm. I want it to ruin their day.
I'll turn everything down and in that full volume, and
yes,
and then adjust it at the end. Yeah.
Can you deep fry it too?
That's something I haven't tried, but I feel like deep frying is more of like a visual thing. So.
Yeah, I know, but the equivalent.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Like it just crackles the entire time.
Like you blow out the microphone.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So the dogs began to go wild. That's a dog noise.
Okay.
Barking at the darkness surrounding the home. Jose, wow, here we go. It's always in the first paragraph.
Say it quickly.
I've said, Jose nothing of it. Jose thought nothing of it, I guess, as he shooed his mutts through the door and into safety. What Jose did take notice of, though, was the fact that this became a nightly occurrence as the dogs became vicious at around the same time every night. Once whatever, twice was a coincidence, but multiple nights, something was wrong. Jose decided it was time to do something about whatever was triggering the dogs. But first, he had to know what he was dealing with. So he went out, probably to Lowe's, probably jerked off in the shed, then he bought some security cameras, installing them all around his property. And that's alleged. We don't know what Jose actually did there. Shortly after installing the cameras, the dogs began to bark wildly at the desert air. But when Jose checked the cameras, it was plain to see that what the dogs were barking at was more than a figment, but a white bipedal creature lurking in the shadows. I think at this time you should probably Google the Fresno Nightcrawler. I kept calling it the Night Stalker, and they're like, do you mean Richard Ramirez? And I was like, no, that guy beats his mom to death with the Bible. Don't, not him. Thank you.
Nightcrawler, not X-Men or Jake Gyllenhaal.
But like I said, they're little bipedal creatures. They look like a pair of pants walking around, to be completely honest.
I like that.
But so,
oh my god,
Jose
he does look like a pair of pants. What the hell?
We'll get into
ain't got no arms.
We'll get into the theories. So Jose could not believe his eyes as he rewound the footage and watched it again. The footage showed a 3-foot-tall creature with a white, armless, ghost-shaped body and unproportionately long legs. The creature shown just strolling through the frame, its lanky, material-like, pajama pant-looking legs slunking one in front of the other, similar to someone walking on stilts. I mean, if you watch the video, they kind of do look like they're little, like, stilt guys. Yeah. It almost looks like somebody, like, I think this was 2007. So this was before AI, but it almost looks like those weird AI images. You're like, is this AI?
Yeah.
But, so Jose couldn't. I already said that. So Jose couldn't believe his eyes as he checked the graining footage, but it was enough for him to get so frightened that he stayed inside his home for 2 weeks afterward. He later shared the video with the local Univision affiliate, bringing the phenomenon to public attention. But it would be 4 more years before another sighting was caught on video, this time in Yosemite National Park. I'm sorry, but like I understand like bringing something to the public.
Mm-hmm.
But as we've seen in any movie, somebody goes, there's a ghost, there's a creature, and they always go, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you say I'm not crazy, people automatically think you're crazy. But I don't know. Are people receptive to that these days? Or people tell me that they see aliens all the time, and aliens I feel like are different than cryptids because there's a lot of weird stuff in the night sky.
Yeah.
I believe in aliens, of course.
Yeah.
But I think that is kind of, that term is thrown around too loosely. If somebody goes, I saw an alien, I go, I don't really believe you. Give me more context. Tell me the story. Yeah. But if somebody goes, I saw a cryptid, I'm like, let's hear it. I'm already halfway there. I kind of believe you.
Yeah. Easily.
Like, David,
yeah.
Who's the man who had a barbecue with Bigfoot?
Yeah. Haven't seen
yeah,
him in a
he's
while.
dead now.
Yeah. he went out on the weekend. We haven't seen him.
But his story was, let's recap that for a split second. He was chopping down a tree.
Yeah,
and
he got his chainsaw stuck in a tree. It locked up midway through a tree, and he had a tap on his shoulder, and he thought it was his wife, and he turned around, and it was Bigfoot. And Bigfoot helped him get the chainsaw out, and then they chatted for a bit, and then Bigfoot made a noise, and his family came and joined him, and they all gathered around and shared a nice summer sausage.
I feel like I say things that I don't actually mean because I don't believe that man anymore. I want to. I really do.
I've known the guy for years.
What he didn't tell us.
I've known the guy for years, and this is just not something he would make up.
I know. That's what's weird. That's the only thing that's really, really weird.
There is a large amount of, there's a long list of people that would tell me that story, and I go, oh, yeah, sure. But this is a person that told me this story, and I'm like, I believe you.
Well, like when I say I believe people who saw cryptids, I believe the people that are like, yeah, I saw something in the woods, and I got a little closer, and it was like a frog man. And then he, ran off into the woods. I'm like, whoa. And then, he's like, we chilled. I have his social security number now.
Yeah. Yeah, he said he taught him how to call him next time he's in the area. He wouldn't tell me what it was.
Oh, that fucker. I was going to say, that's the piece of evidence.
It must have been some sort of, shriek or howl or, maybe...
Maybe it's like the puffer fish being fed a carrot.
Yeah. Just like that.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
He's perfected it. What he didn't tell you was as Bigfoot's hands were on the end of the chainsaws they were yanking out of the tree, he accidentally activated it, and he still has half of Bigfoot in his garage.
Yeah. As
his family watched him.
Great on the smoker.
Pry the chainsaw out of the cut in half Bigfoot. It's like the scene in
Strange
Wilderness when they shoot Bigfoot with the AK-47
with 4 AK-47s.
What did he say? He was coming at us.
Yeah,
he was.
No, he said, "Huh?"
He was growling. I think he was growling. I think he was mean. Okay, so anyway. So he sent it to Univision. Univision put it on the news. We should do this. We have to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do what?
Find
a cryptid?
We'll find a video of a cryptid. Find a video of a cryptid.
What are you trying? I don't understand what you're trying to. You saying
It's
we should
marketing
make
101.
one? Make one?
Yes, it's marketing 101.
I got a dog that looks like a cryptid.
I got to start making money off this podcast, okay? We need to get on the news, baby. I don't care by any means. Here's the thing.
If we shave Tilly and let her loose in the backyard, we could probably get a pretty good cryptid video out of that.
I would rather take that route than beating my mom to death with the Bible, but you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying there's options out there. So in 2011, like I said, we're in Yosemite National Park now, and this is 4 years later. In 2011, a retired couple living near Yosemite National Park set up a security camera to monitor for vandals. With Yosemite being one of the most beautiful national parks in the world, hundreds of thousands of tourists flock to the park every year, and with that comes troublemakers, of course. But this time, the troublemakers were not what the older couple was expecting. This time, in slightly higher quality footage, not one, but two long-legged white creatures were seen once again gliding through the frame similar to Jose's video. They were walking in the same exact manner, honestly. Both creatures were similar in appearance, but one was noticeably larger than the other one as they walked down the trail and off into the night. So, like I mentioned in the last paragraph, they're about 3 feet tall, I suspect. So if one's smaller, they are. I've kind of always expected them to be human height, but I think they're little guys, honestly.
Yeah, based on the photos I saw, I mean, just the fact that they're mostly leg, it just I don't know, makes the perception seem like they're smaller. But
yeah. I mean, there is a theory that they're ghost pants, as in like the pants of ghosts. So
Yeah.
we'll cover that. But that would make up. How long are my pants? About 3 feet.
yours,
Don't don't you fucking do it. Yes, they're piss and shit stained, but they're not that short.
like 12 inches.
From the ground. It's supposed to be like a penis joke. I just don't know how to. You know, people say it's 3 inches from the ground.
I just haven't figured out how to use it.
Same with the penis. What is this thing down here? How the hell do you use this thing? So from then on, appearances of the ghostly lanky figures popped up more and more from disturbed camping trips. People, claimed that they ripped open their tent and they saw them walking out in the woods, to near misses while crossing the road. Of course, they don't understand traffic or miles per hour. They're more kilometer based. But every time the witnesses described the same creature moving in the same gliding manner, the Fresno Nightcrawlers were born. So luckily for us, the newly discovered cryptid seems to be harmless. Like I said, those are the best cryptids, really fun, nice ones. Just strolling through the California wilderness and avoiding contact with people, which is most likely why they become such a cultural phenomenon in the common day, being noted as cute, silly, and goofy looking. They are pretty, it's easy to what do they call it when
demonize
Japanese, something? No, when the Japanese make something cute.
Kawhi?
Kawhi? Yeah. Wow. Are we incels?
Kawhi Leonard?
That guy's never seen anything cute in his life. Are you kidding me? That guy's deadpan as a motherfucker.
You ever see videos of him laughing?
I went to college with him.
Was he there when you were there?
Yeah, I think I was a freshman and he was like a senior or something like that.
That's pretty
cool. So this does make sense in the end, as most people claim that these videos and sightings are a hoax, claiming the cryptid is most likely puppets being controlled with wires. I both love and hate that explanation.
Yeah.
It makes sense why they're cute. I think it taps into, if you watch the video now, you'll be like, oh shit, they do kind of move a little bit like puppets.
Marionettes.
Yeah, 100%. Which are both inherently cute and inherently the most haunting shit you've ever seen.
A little creepy, yeah.
There is a theater here in LA called Bob Baker's Marionette Theater, I believe. It almost got shut down, but I think it got funding. And they do marionette shows there, and I've been really wanting to go for a while.
Oh, you got to
because
go.
we think of marionettes when we were like, oh, okay, yeah, there's like, it's just like a cross on top of some wires, but like the shit that they got going on there, I think they have level. Like, oh my God, it's crazy. I'm like, I think it's a
like
real person.
Team America almost.
So I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, probably even like, nope, Team America probably. I haven't seen that movie in a very long time, but I think it's pretty intricate what they're doing over there. So, but like I said, most people think that they're actually puppets and it's a big fucking hoax. Okay. Although this may seem like the likely option, of course, it is important as men of science to explore all possible explanations of what the hell is going on with these lanky boys. So some people have claimed that the creature is in fact a creature, but more specifically a crane. But if you see the video, there's no fucking way it's a crane. No way. Because the long, lanky bird is most physically similar to the creature, but in my opinion, the video looks different enough to explain away this theory immediately. I don't like it. I hate that theory. But to stay in the creature camp, some other folks speculate that the actual animal is yet to be discovered, and that is why we don't know what we're looking at. And I believe that is like the actual definition of a cryptid. Somebody asked me when I got the thing from Will, Meg asked me, she's like, what is a cryptid? And I couldn't really, I'm like, it's like Bigfoot. I gave her examples, but I didn't know a definition. And it says a cryptid is an animal or being whose existence is claimed by cryptozoologists, but not been scientifically proven. So it's basically an animal that's not scientifically proven yet.
Yeah.
Most often folklore, but I mean, pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But I couldn't put it into words. So another theory is that is more fantastical is that the creature is actually a fungus of some sort that can move.
Like that.
I don't see how this is possible, but it does seem like someone has been watching a little bit too much Last of Us. Mm-hmm. And as we all know from that show, fungus is mean. Fungus is bad. Fungus hurt people. People hurt people. Hurt people hurt fungus.
Yeah.
But another possible explanation is that it's a spiritual entity, but more specifically, ghost pants, as we discussed.
Pantalones.
But even trouser-wearing spirits like to go on a brisk night stroll when they can't seem to fall asleep. I do like that theory. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know why their pants would be the leading factor in this, but
they died by pants.
But we got to get those ghost pants off that thing.
Yeah. I want to put them ghost pants on the invisible dog.
I'm sorry to meet you out here in the middle of the woods, but you're not going to believe this shit. I have an interview tomorrow, and my wife done went and beat my mom to death with a Bible, got blood all over. It's witchcraft if you think about it, but there's blood all over my pants. Can I borrow your ghost trousers? Me walking into the interview. Sir, we can see your penis. Oh, that old thing? I don't even know how that works. Oh, that's what that thing's called? I've been calling it a cryptid. Anyway, a cryptip.
A cryptid.
So the most likely, air quotes, the most likely explanation is that the newly discovered cryptids have fallen from the heavens in their spacecrafts as their alien selves are just checking out the newly discovered planet. The areas the Nightcrawlers have appeared already have a large amount of UFO activity already, you know? These very desolate California deserts and forests. And I believe that they finally summoned enough courage to leave their little spacecrafts, go on a little adventure in the area that are void of humans since they don't have arms to defend themselves. Mm-hmm. And it's really unclear how fast they can move. So maybe they can't even run, you know?
Yeah. I bet it would be hard to run if you don't have like your counterweights that are the arms, you know?
Yeah, there used to be a lot more until they started face planting it into fucking curbs. Like, I don't know. And also, their trousers. Have you ever tried to run in trousers?
Yeah.
You have? I don't believe you.
Yeah.
You run?
Most times I'm running, I'm wearing pants.
No, you're pulling your pants up and running away from a Lowe's. Your pants are half on. That doesn't count.
All right. Honestly, that's probably harder.
Yeah, you're right. So, like I said, this is kind of a quick one, but to this day, no one has been able to get close enough to fully discover what these newly discovered cryptids are. But when all is said and done, these new night crawlers, not night stalkers, these new night crawlers seem to be harmless and a little silly looking, making them a welcome visitor to Earth. So next time you are out in the great wilderness of California, make sure to stare into the darkness. You may spot a pair of pants strolling through the darkness on their way back to their mothership. Make sure to give them a wave as you have just witnessed the Fresno Nightcrawler. And that's my story. They're very cute.
Yeah, I like them.
The depictions of them give them little black eyes, kind of looking like a tall ghost, but none of the footage is clear enough to see if they actually have eyes, so that's just kind of like a little flare we've put on them. But
yeah,
they could be blind. Maybe that's why they move so slow.
A little seasoning.
100%.
Just
Cajun.
Little seasoning.
Little Cajun.
Little Cajun seasoning. All right, Tobin.
Get to it.
Now I know we love doing a little Southern Cajun accent.
I'll say, I love one.
So
is that Cajun? Is that Cajun accent, or is that just like
that's like Tennessee?
I feel like that's like
Texas,
Louisiana.
Isn't that?
I'm doing Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, which I always thought Foghorn Leghorn was like a Texas man. Is he not?
That's a good question. I feel like he's like a Louisiana lawyer.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Hometown.
It says he's from Cucamonga, California.
Foghorn Leghorn, Rancho Cucamonga University.
No, he actually attended Chicken Tech University.
Whoa, Foghorn Leghorn, Chicken Tech.
Yeah, and
he's a big boy. He could play football.
Yeah, his college roommate and rival, Rhode Island Red, is a practical joker and even more obnoxious than Foghorn himself. Wow.
Is this your cryptid?
How the fuck is? Yeah, he's from Old McDonald's farm in Cucamonga.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. That's where Old McDonald's farm is?
I guess.
Wait, it's in Cucamonga or Rancho Cucamonga?
It just says Cucamonga, California.
I know Rancho Cucamonga.
Maybe they weren't allowed to say Rancho Cucamonga.
Cucamonga. Is that like Cuckoo Bert? I don't know. I'm going to stop speculating on this Looney Tunes lore. This is not why I'm here.
All right, yeah.
I'm on this earth to spread misinformation.
Yes. So for today, I'm going to...
Is that Bill Clinton? What the fuck?
I was trying more of like a Uncle Bobby Billy.
Do you remember when you
Bible bonkers?
Oh, I see. From what's that guy's name? Walter Goggins.
Yeah,
Walton Goggins.
Yeah. What were you asking?
I was gonna say, sorry. Do you remember when you downloaded songs off LimeWire and you click it, and instead of a song, it would be like a Bill Clinton sound clip, being like "My fellow Americans," and you'd have to delete it and then try to find like the new Linkin Park song somewhere else.
Not really.
Oh, really? I even had I remember one of the things that people I connected on were I downloaded Jason Derulo songs too, and it would have all these weird Toluca Lake, and it'd be I can't remember the sound bits, but
the biggest period of my life when I was downloading stuff was probably my freshman year of college, and I had an Android phone that had an app on it that was basically like LimeWire that you could type in song titles, and you could just.
I just want to fucking catch my phone on fire, and I want it to explode in my pocket. Let's just start downloading everything.
It was sick though. I just downloaded tons of random shit.
Remember when we used to pay like $2 for a ringtone?
Yeah. Ringback tones. Those still a thing?
God.
All right. So for today,
tones?
ringback tones.
Yeah, my aunt had one. She had zippity doodah. Talk about putting a gun in your mouth. I'm joking. Sorry.
I had one. I had I think it was Baby.
Crazy Frog.
I think it was Baby by Justin Bieber. That was funny.
God, guys, if you guys don't know this about David, he's very ironic. If it's a child song or a girly song, he's playing it.
Not because I like
Loves
it.
it.
Not because I like it, because it's funny. The big difference.
Yeah, don't go to a bar with David. He will play Crazy Frog 12 times in a row and get everybody at the bar fucking pissed.
It's happened many a times. All right, yeah. So today we're going to talk about the Honey Island Swamp Monster.
Whoa, Honey Island.
Honey
I
Island.
like the sound of this.
The Honey Island Swamp Monster, also known as the Cajun Sasquatch, and in Cajun French,
Oh my God.
La Bête Noire. Which, I'm not sure, is that B-E-T-E? Is that beast in French?
French.
French? B-E-T-E, French.
Oh, make Google say it.
I'm not going to.
It goes, La Bête Noire.
Yeah, it is beast. Hey, look at me go. So does that mean the black beast? Huh. Okay.
Hey, what?
Is it-
Brother.
What? La Bête Noire?
Huh?
All right, whatever. So this deep-seasoned Bigfoot is an ape-like humanoid cryptid.
Cryptoid. I like that better.
It is better, isn't it? I made it up myself.
I have a cryptoid on my butt. I don't. I've never had one. That's
Look
gross.
at you. You got your legs up. You broke your mic stand, so you're just holding your microphone. You look way too comfy right now.
I am. I'm
you need
loving
to
this.
settle down. I kind of want to rip my mic off the stand and start free balling it with that.
I feel like a lounge singer right now.
Yeah, you
I'm
look like
it's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
you're looking like a real Rat Pack guy. So yeah, this creature has similar description of just a regular old Bigfoot. But there are some differences. This fella is believed to inhabit the Honey Island Swamp in Saint Tamarais Parish, Louisiana, and has become a part of Louisiana folklore. With many swamp tour companies in the area using its existence as a selling point for locals and tourists alike.
Oh, can we feed them marshmallows?
Well, that's when they sell you like a $30 bag of marshmallows just in case you see them.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, they sell you a 30 What if you... I've never gone on a swamp tour, but I've always been interested. Yeah. Do they make you buy the marshmallows?
What the fuck are you talking about? What marshmallows? Is this a thing?
You feed them to gators.
What, are you giving the gators diabetes?
I'll smear Cool Whip all over my tiny chihuahua and throw them in there.
No, I have not been on a swamp tour myself.
We need to go.
Yeah, we
need
do.
to go.
We need to get in the swamp ASAP. Now, this creature is commonly described by witnesses as a large bipedal humanoid, about 7 feet tall, covered in gray fur, having yellow or red eyes, and accompanied by a horrific odor. Some would qualify him as like a skunk ape as well, but
yes. No top hat.
But he's something different, and we will get into it. Other local names for the creature include, this is a good one, the Louisiana Wookiee.
Ooh,
I like that one. And
I would like a little more alliteration, but
yeah. And then some people just call him the Thing.
Okay, I kind of like the
Louisiana.
I kind of like the Louisiana lunatic.
That's fun, but I don't know. Man, there's just not enough first-hand accounts saying that he's being a lunatic. You don't want to call someone a lunatic if they're not being a lunatic. He's like, what the fuck, man?
he's like, You want to see a lunatic? I'll give you a fucking lunatic.
I've been pretty chill, but if you want to see me go crazy, bring those kids over here.
Well, you see, we cut to an interview with him, and he's like, I'm going to be completely honest. I've never seen Star Wars. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What the fuck's a Wookiee?
What the fuck is a Wookiee? What are you talking about? So plaster casts of its footprints is where the uniqueness of it comes in.
Oh, how many toes the boy got?
Yeah, not just the toes, though. Being that his big old dogs got 4 toes, which would be, like one being the thumb and then like 3 big toes. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, that's actually the normal amount of toes you should have.
But there's one other thing.
He got a coke nail.
He's got a coke nail and webbed feet.
Webbed. Oh, that makes sense. He's adapted.
Yeah. So yeah, not the normal 5 toes that normal primates have. Honey Island Swamp spans over 70,000 acres. It's a large area with dense foliage and plenty of water, making a great environment for not just living, but hiding clear from sight, either behind the lush cypress trees or wading in the thick, muddy, murky waters.
Oh, I couldn't think of anywhere worse to live. I mean, I get it. He's a creature. Yeah, I was going to say, he's a creature. I get it. He probably likes it. But, man, have you ever tried to walk knee-high in any water, any amount of water? Like, jeez. That's not... I mean, I know it's not all water. Yeah, I mean, his quads probably look amazing.
I mean, it's also... I mean, a big part of that is learning how to walk through current.
What?
You fucking bozo.
Wait, what?
What do you mean?
You just said that to me like... Like, this is a very common thing. Like, everybody you learn how to walk through current before you go to the beach.
I mean, I'm walking in rivers. When I'm slinging the flies, when I'm fly fishing. When I'm catching the one fish in the whole summer, when I fish every day. When I pull in that one tiny little brook trout. Yeah.
He uses a big chewed up piece of Big Red as bait.
So the first official sighting of the handsome boy was made in 1850 when a newspaper printed an article titled "Tall Wild Man Covered in Hair," and they were not very creative back then. Found in low shed. Just that he had that Vaseline really caked into his tufts.
Oh no, someone broke into the vet and stole all the dog medicine. Motherfucker.
Yeah, so bad article title, but it was 1850 before people are learning how to write. And the locals would often talk about seeing the Cajun Bigfoot, but never had any concrete proof or anything. It was a hot topic in the area, but simply stories were the only source about it, word of mouth. This would be until 1963 when Harlan Ford, a retired air traffic controller, had taken up wild photography. All right, let's talk about the fact you can't name a more credible and trustworthy profession than an air traffic controller. I just want to throw it out there.
Named Harlan, too. Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Ford? Harlan Ford's that's a strong name.
Strong American name.
Truly.
but I wasn't it's kind of funny that he's like, oh, I'm an air. What year was this?
63.
Yeah, weren't there 3 planes in the sky? I'm sorry,
man, that's back when people would smoke cigarettes and wear suits on a plane.
Yeah, you're right, but air traffic controller is just there's hey, yeah, you should take off whenever you want. There's no one in the sky. It's
Move a little to the left, you might hit something.
Yeah, they're probably on lewds or something.
Yeah. So Ford was in the area when he found what was called a gruesome scene of remains.
He's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell that plane to take a right. That's the plane crash.
That's why he was out there.
Yeah, he was. I'm picturing him like frantically collecting plane parts and putting them into a duffel bag.
Just pushing him into the like deep into the swamp water, just like trying to make it sink.
Yeah, he's like picking up a scalp by like the hair, and he's like, ew, 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 and he's like putting it in a bag, and then he's pushing bodies with his foot and a stick underneath the current.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's a funny bit. Wow.
Good bit.
Sorry.
So yeah,
brutal but funny.
Remains of what it was is unclear from what I can find. But I'm assuming it was just like, I don't know, found a raccoon torn to shreds, found a boar ripped open. Who knows?
Harlan did that.
Yeah. But yeah, so he found that.
His mouth is covered in blood. He's like,
what?
Bigfoot did it.
That goddamn ape did it.
He's
I'll
like,
tell you who did it. It was that goddamn
he's like
Sasquatch.
He's like, whatever did this. The forensic people are like, whatever did this chewed through the asshole. His mouth's all red. He's like, that's crazy. What a beast.
What a monster. Sounds really cool, though.
He's like, what a Louisiana lunatic. Harlan the Horrible. And horny. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done.
Okay. So yeah, I couldn't find anything that actually like explained what he saw, but he saw something that got torn to bits. And whatever it was that he saw, it piqued his interest into finding out what did the damage. Ford continued to search the area for up to 10 years after collecting things like footprints and other clues, realizing that he had something like unique on his hands. I think they said the bear footprints were like 14 inches long. So like,
wait, bear? What bear?
I mean, like the bare foot, like no shoe, like a bare foot. Like
yeah,
BARE, not
fair
BEAR. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
But like at the same time though, like I know people that wear size 14 shoes.
But do they have 4 toes?
They will soon. Dodging my phone calls.
I'm done with them.
So yeah, for 10 years he's out there looking for this Cajun Bigfoot.
Brother, get a hobby.
Well, I'm sure, like, also, I bet afterwards he probably talked to some locals and stuff, and they were like, oh yeah, there's that Cajun Bigfoot out there from like the 1950s or the 1850s. So being that this was
like,
the 60s and there are no 4K smartphones or blogs to post what he discovered, a lot of his discoveries died with him. Like he would tell people stuff, but I don't think he had any of the stuff like presented. So after Ford's death in 1980, a reel of Super 8 film was found in his belongings. And on that reel, we got a...
What's on that? Just him naked dancing.
Yeah,
like, burn this.
He was naked dancing over a fire. No, we got a glimpse of this Cajun legend. And you can look it up, and I think it looks pretty legit.
Okay, wait, what's the honey badger? What's this thing's called?
Honey Island Swamp Monster from Harlan Ford.
Swamp Monster.
It's very quick, but
I'm gonna look at images first. I want to see what this bastard looks like. Oh, he's mostly silhouette.
Yeah, you don't get a real good look at him, but it's like a believable video.
Ooh, okay. I gotta find that. I'm gonna find this video.
So in the short film, we see the woods and a very large hairy creature walking from right to left of the frame behind some trees. And to be honest, I think it looks pretty convincing. Not only does it look better than the Patterson Gimlin video, but it predates it by 4 years. So this was shot 4 years before like the most infamous Bigfoot video.
Oh, really? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I see he's scanning some woods. I don't know if I saw it, though, because all these videos are not like, oh, I saw it. I see it. Yeah, it's something. It's like a silhouette walking. Interesting. Okay.
Like that looks more realistic than like the most iconic Bigfoot video.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but it also is like very obscured by trees and whatnot. But yeah, fair enough.
So around the time of Ford's expedition, a Bigfoot named Momo was becoming a big deal in Missouri as well. So before Ford's death, 2 loggers from Louisiana named Earl Wittestein and Carl DeBoer claimed to have encountered a 7-foot-tall black-haired creature while working in the boggy bayou.
Ooh.
Their sighting was investigated by local authorities and researchers, adding another Bigfoot in the state, and also adding more credibility to the Cajun Bigfoot. With the footprints discovered by Ford in the soft mud showing a 4-toe, 1 smaller thumb-like toe, and 3 larger longed web toes, caught a lot of attention by scientists and researchers because this was the first time they believed they might have seen a Bigfoot experiencing an evolution of some sort to better fit its unique swamp environment.
Exactly. It's the
Galapagos
Islands.
I thought that was my favorite part about this, was just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And also that it was a Cajun Bigfoot.
What about that one what's that Bigfoot that wears a top hat?
What was his name? Cool as hell.
But what was he adapting to?
Style. The times, baby. The times.
There's a local theater kid playhouse nearby, and he's like, there's a local Magic the Gathering, so he had to milady my way into the community.
Don't you start. Bigfoot wearing hat. Bigfoot wearing hat. That's, God damn it. Which Bigfoot wears a hat?
I was gonna say put top hat too. I feel like there shouldn't be more than literally the top Google search telling you what else is it showing you right now?
There isn't a specific Bigfoot figure that's always wearing a top hat. What the fuck?
There is. There
is, you cocksuckers.
Oh my god! It's
South Dakota's top hat wearing Bigfoot. Walking Sam.
No, he had a different name. Anyway, I'll find it.
You'll find it.
I just have Bigfoot branded hats. This is bullshit.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to look up now.
The internet, Jeff Bezos, and he doesn't want it on the internet anymore, huh?
Oh, that's weird.
He's getting scared. I like how Jeff Bezos owns Google now for some reason.
Does he?
No, I just said it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't surprised. I was like, oh shit, does he?
His name Yuri something who created. I don't know who fucking owns Google anymore. Honestly,
yeah, it's important. So where was I? Because of their uniqueness compared to other big feet, with their physical characteristics, some researchers believe that there could be a population of an ancient primate species, one that took a left when the other Bigfoots took a right, possibly making them a different creature altogether due to evolution. It would be nearly impossible to know without being able to examine one Louisiana Cajun Bigfoot compared to, say, like an Oregon Bigfoot. Who knows? Maybe there's other things different. Maybe one of them doesn't have their appendix no more. Who knows?
We checked their wisdom teeth.
Yeah, maybe the Cajun Bigfoot, maybe he's got gills now. That'd be kind of cool.
Ooh, maybe he could handle spice a little bit better than the other ones.
Oh, you already know he can.
Yeah, he probably fucking stinks too to fit in.
I met a baby Bigfoot once, and I gave him a flaming hot Cheeto when he died.
It might have been the baseball bat hit, but I think it was the Cheeto.
It might have been when I hit him in the back of the head with a big rock when he was eating the Cheetos. He ate too many.
It might have been that chainsaw recoil.
So some also speculate that they could have obtained the web feet by crossbreeding with another animal, or even a human intervention with an intervention or experiment. So
do you think it was a guy with webbed feet and he's like, I can't get none from humans. I'm gonna go out into the swamp and see what's cooking out there.
Women hate my big 3 toes and webbed feet.
Oh.
I won the state championship in swimming, but the women still hate me.
Yeah, then he moved to Oregon and started a podcast.
Yep. Good one.
Dude, you are so red in the face right now. You look like you fucked a Bigfoot.
Stop it. I wish. So regardless on how our Cajun Bigfoot ended up showing different characteristics from our classic big feet, they absolutely deserve a trophy for being one of the Camp Strange Pookie Bear cryptids.
So he's not ripping apart he's just killing animals, right? He's not ripping apart any humans. He's not a threat. I don't think most Bigfoots are threats to humans, correct?
Well, that's up for debate.
You are the expert.
There is a documentary, I forget what it was called. I watched it. It was really interesting about how like the pot farms in the redwoods were like in a legit like territory war with Bigfoots, and like the pot farmers were getting murdered by Bigfoots because they're in their territory, and it became like borderline like a cartel versus Bigfoot thing.
I love that movie, Cartel versus Bigfoot. I did see another documentary that was less based in cryptid folklore and just saying that the pot farms are just like cartel versus cartel, but I do like the spin on it that it is a Bigfoot that they are fighting. Yeah. Because as we all know, the Bigfoot eats the bones and all. So I mean, if a person gets killed by Bigfoot, you're not gonna find remnants. You're not gonna find chewed little teeth marks on the. You're just gonna find a missing person and a full Bigfoot.
Yeah. Hey, according to my one buddy, was that they don't harm people, but they like fish and they like meat.
Wait, humans are meat,
but they don't want to eat humans. They want to eat like fish.
Then take back that meat statement. Don't ever say that again. I can't sleep tonight. Why'd you say that?
What?
You said they eat meat, fish and meat.
Yeah. Fish ain't meat.
I'm meat. I'm half fish too.
Nah, you're a legal issue. You're a liability. Ain't no fucking squirrel gonna go sue you.
That guy's like half shit. God. He's like shit from the ankles up. I swear to God. But don't eat me. I spoiled a long time ago. Doctor said that.
The meat gone bad.
He slapped my belly like the way you slap the hood of a car, and he just said, "This thing's rotten."
He slapped your belly like when you slap your cat full of soup, and he said, "This thing's full of soup."
He said, "Minestrone," and then he kicked me down a flight of stairs.
And then he said, "Minna's gone."
Yep, he did say that. He said, "Minna dead, Minotaur." Okay, well, I think that's. I think you got your daily dose of 2 cryptids this time. What a treat for everybody involved. Yeah. That was serendipitous. So I think that wraps it up for here at Camp Strange today. Yeah. So we want to thank you guys for hanging in there, listening to our stories, and we telling you stories. We love telling you stories. We love it when you listen. I don't remember what I say there, but if you guys want any more info, go to Camp Strange Podcast on Instagram and click the link in bio. Do all that shit. And I'm feeling a little spicy today. So what else we got in the store, David?
We got AI with the braids.
Don't do that. We got A1 with the steak.
Oh, damn! I haven't ate one in a hot minute. I like A1.
Yeah, me too. Somebody brought it up, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that is good." I'm like eating steak. I'm eating steak in its purest form, but I feel like I should break out. I kind of
feel like steak just got better though. Maybe it's just the way that I used to have it. Maybe I'm just I'm better at making it than my dad was. But I feel like I don't. I'm not eating it with steak sauce.
You're getting all the chewy little fat ends, and he's
Yeah.
eating the normal steak.
He's getting the good cuts. I was just getting the. I was getting the spare ribs.
You're getting the cow dick.
Yeah. We got a saddle for a bear.
We have a stress ball that's shaped like my heart, oversized.
We got a saddle for a bear, but I don't mean that in the animal sense.
Oh, what? We have the Scream 4 on Blu-ray.
We have a jar that when you open it, you hear your ancestors pleading for you to stop jerking it at the Lowe's shed.
We have an older Chinese gentleman in squatting, smoking a cigarette.
We have the Nile River.
We have a printed picture of your boss with the word dead written in Sharpie on your desk at work.
We have a gemstone claw hammer with your name written on it.
We have a Ziploc bag full of cream.
We've got a wig made out of my personal hair that you can wear.
We have the color blue and the color red.
We got red in? Cool. We also have the color purple.
Oh, good movie.
Yeah.
We have eczema.
No, I have eczema.
You have eczema. You have eczema.
We have a suave skeleton who will cook you breakfast.
We have a cinder block with knuckle marks on it.
The failed experiments. We have failed experiments.
That's going to be David's pregnancy announcement. We have a failed experiment. Okay. Last but not least, let's do one more each. We have a book on how to jumpstart a car dangerously.
I've got a cappuccino calico using a calculator.
There we go. Okay.
That was like a riff-raff bar right there.
That's like red rose, white walls.
I haven't heard that before. That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I freestyled out the dome.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Well, thank you guys. We love doing this. So, David, do you have anything to say before we head out?
I'm AI with the braids.
And don't forget to...